There's a million stories in these walls, kid. I hope they could talk. Is this the key to your door? I should know, I'm the manager. Wait, here it is. You think after all these years, I'd get it straightened out? Welcome to the Chelsea Hotel. Bathroom over there. This room hasn't been used in a while.
Yeah, since like the 70s?
That, my friend, is the beauty of this place. And if these walls could talk, voila, rustic nostalgia.
More like the South Bronx burning.
Funny you should say that. We have a young, brilliant graffiti artist from the South Bronx as a tenant. He's tagged in all 5 boroughs. Buildings, subways, you name it. So what, he hasn't paid rent in 6 months? He gives me some of his work as collateral. One day, could be worth millions.
Yeah, this'll do for the night.
For the night? It's 10 a.m. Rarely do we let anyone in before noon, but I like you. I see something in you.
Oh, I haven't slept in 2 days. What's that?
What's what?
What?
What? Stay tonight as a guest, and we'll talk about you becoming a tenant. Don't worry about the rent if you don't have it. We'll work it out.
It's all right. I plan on checking out by tomorrow.
I said we could work it out. You said you were an artist?
I'm a writer, yes.
Oh, what kind of writer have you done? Have I read it?
I haven't written anything yet.
What kind of writer is that?
I'm not quite sure.
What kind of writer doesn't write? Writers write. Is this a new style? I'm hip, you know.
Well, I read James Michener's Centennial in grade school like it was a comic book. His descriptions of characters, surreal landscapes, just captivating. Ate it up 1,000 pages in a week when it took the other kids over a month. That great American novel created a spark in me. Now it just seems all overwhelming, though. You know, does it start here? Does it end here? I don't know. I just know I want to write something.
Why don't you start with some poetry? Most of the great ones do.
Poetry's dead, man. It's 1993. Now everyone slams or raps or grunges.
What's a grunge?
Wankers taking a piss on punk? Nancy!
Who said that?
Who said what?
You didn't just hear that?
Hear what? Kid, you on drugs?
What makes you say that?
Let me see if there's any paper here. Oh, if these walls could talk. And poetry will never die, son. It may take other forms. I have to schedule an exterminator for this room. Okay. Let's see if this ancient gadget still works. Do the honors. When you're famous, I want to say I saw you type your first words. Make them count. Oh, it works. Title, The Mirror. Interesting. Good.
Thanks. You know, it felt great.
Keep going. That's all you got? I mean, this is what I live for, to see the flowers bloom.
Sometimes when I look in the mirror, I don't recognize the person staring back at me. It's a monologue I started writing for an acting class.
A thespian also.
Just been taking some classes over at HB Studios on Bank Street.
Herman Berghoff, God rest his soul. And his wife, Uta Hagen, are my kind of people. They provide affordable space for the artists to train. The world needs creators like them as much as it needs trees to produce oxygen.
Well, it definitely helped me with my self-confidence. To everyone in my life, nothing I have to say is important.
Everybody has something important to say. It's only a matter of finding a way to express it so the universe can hear it.
Maybe. Well, there was this teacher at HB, Beckett. He was very zen. Hated him at first. I always thought he was so hard on me because I fit the jock type, you know, or I didn't fit into his little circle of whatever. I don't really seem to fit in anywhere these days, but one day I understood it. You know, I understood it through a scene and a character he gave me for an acting class. Val and Orpheus descending.
Tennessee Williams. Didn't have such a long run on Broadway.
We don't know each other. Nobody gets to know nobody. We're all of us sentenced to solitary confinement inside our own skins for life. You hear me, lady? I'm telling you it's the truth. We gotta face it. We're all of us sentenced to a lifelong sentence to solitary confinement inside our own lonely skins for as long as we live on this earth. Scene.
Bravo!
See, right there. I was hooked. Dialogue, like a sweet song, illuminating. The teacher and the author looking beyond the mask, seeing in me what I couldn't see in myself. But I'm tired of doing other writers' work. I want to do my own. What form it takes. Shit, I don't know.
Here is your opportunity. Don't let it piss in the wind. I'm going to invite some of our in-house authors to come by and give you some tips.
Wait, you do that for me?
You're a playwright. My prediction is you're a playwright.
I'm a playwright.
Now you sound like me.
You know, that could be. In high school, literature was my favorite subject. I didn't have to cheat like in math or in science. It'd be like I was cheating myself. I love the journey of a story. Every dark hallway, stage plays especially. Ibsen, O'Neill, and I fell hard for Williams. Tragic how he died, though. Tragic and a bit ironic. You know, choking on the cap to the very pills that were killing him. I mean, there's a play in there somewhere, right? Even old Tennessee will tell you that.
That take may not be historically accurate, and I want to make it clear he did not die at this hotel.
Okay, nobody's saying
He
did.
died at the Hotel Helise.
Oh, okay, chill out.
I don't want the reputation of the Chelsea sullied. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of rumors. Things happen here. Unpleasant things. I've never seen any of it.
I'm just saying. I admired him, you know? I always fantasized meeting him. You know, fantasized about being seduced by him. I meant by his words.
I know what you meant. Now somebody else knows. Did you die? I mean, why are we here with no credits to your name?
Well, I like to get stoned a lot. And then you just graduate to bigger and better things.
The creative impulse gathers at the gates to madness and the divine. Which one the artist walks through is of his own discretion. I've seen it over and over, casting their genius aside and walking blindly through the archway of insanity. For as many, it was too late to turn back, even if they wanted to.
I hope it's not too late for me. I want to create that moment that reaches down into the depths of a character's soul. A shared language that only the writer and the audience know intimately. Like when Joe Keller realizes the gravity of his sins in All My Sons.
Arthur Miller?
Yes! To me, he was a master at unveiling a person's mask in the most simplistic way. Yeah, that was his genius. I mean, who doesn't know a family like the Kellers with all their pomp and glory? Through Joe's attempt to unveil his darkness, we see our own. The truth remains restless unless it's uncovered.
Don't move. Don't move. Don't move.
Hold on!
Let go of me!
Never, love. I'm yours forever.
The whole fucking band hates me.
Well, that's because they all shagged you.
Give me some respect, hey? It was more like me who shagged them.
Ah, you still want me mates, huh?
Stop playing the victim. You're not the victim. I'm the victim.
Babe, those are the lyrics to our next hit song.
You see? Tell your mates I'm worth more than just a shag.
God save the queen. A fucking fag. I missed that. What'd I do for a taste of pure wine?
I'll give you a taste of her. She's in my blood. Good boy. Stanley should be taking better care of us. You should talk to him.
You're damn right I will. For all we've done for the rep of this place. He needs to be smashed.
Who's there? Oh, God. Nobody knows where I am. How did you get in here?
Stanley said you needed some pointers on writing.
Yes, but, the door's locked.
You've been a resident here as long as I have. You know how to make an entrance. Besides, Stanley's too cheap to purchase so many different locks. Most of us have the same key to get in and out of our rooms anyway.
Who are you?
Well, the world knows who I am. The question is, who are you? That's what the writer needs to explore. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
Hey, man, that's nice. Did you write that, or?
Of course I wrote that, you blithering. How about my radio play, Under Milk Wood?
Sorry, bro, not a clue.
I need a drink. You got a bottle?
No, shit, I could use one. I actually got some... never mind, you don't look like that kind of guy.
Kind of. One last go at this, my friend. You know this Robert Zimmerman person?
Of course! Bob Dylan is one of my favorite artists of all time. Staying up for days in the Chelsea Hotel, writing sad-eyed lady of the lowlands for you. That's a lyric from Sarah, a love song off the album to his first wife.
Terrific.
Bob Dylan is one of, if not the greatest songwriters and poets of this century.
So they say. So then why then does this bard, this poet, this bard extraordinaire, change his last name from Dylan to Thomas?
Well, there's two stories on that. Dylan is the ultimate mystic. The first, back in Minnesota, he took it from Marshall Dillon from Gunsmoke. Just changed the spelling around a little bit when he got into the New York City, the Greenwich Village scene. You know, he didn't think they might have found it popular. He took it from a character from a TV show. And then the second was...
Yes?
he was influenced by the work of a famous...
Welsh poet?
Dylan Thomas. Oh my... You're Dylan Thomas! You're him.
At your service.
Dude, you're my hero.
Oh, do tell, you've read my works then?
No, not a word. I just heard a story about how you almost drank yourself to death at the White Horse Tavern. Thought that was the coolest.
Just how I like to be remembered.
Yeah, you had 18 shots, and then they brought you back here to the Chelsea, where you...
The first thing you must learn as a writer is there's truth and fiction in every story. One must be willing to let the audience decide which is which. Everything is subjective. Objectivity does not exist. Form does not matter in a creative work. The artist must be willing to let it originate itself, like the pure joy of a child that comes to birth without warning. The artist first observes, then he perceives, that he expresses to all the world through his own looking glass, as clear or distorted as that may be, creating a reality in a world of illusion of his own volition. But be sure of this, they are not all his own.
Just the way you talk.
Yeah, too British?
No. Intimidating.
Intimidating? I'm not intimidating. James Joyce is intimidating. That man had perfect prose. He could not feel her near him in the darkness, nor hear her voice touch his ear. He waited for some minutes, listening. He could hear nothing. The night was perfectly silent. He listened again, perfectly silent. He felt he was alone. Dublin's a painful case.
Just goes right through your bones, you know.
Joyce was the master scribe. Now, what do we say? Let's call Stanley and get a bottle up here and start writing for all I've done for him and his father for the reputation of this Bohemian hostel.
What, you need that to write?
Yeah, it can't hurt.
You know, once I heard the story about you at the White Horse Tavern, I went there too to drink myself to death, but failed.
Couldn't hold your whiskey?
No.
Americans never can.
No, that wasn't it. I just did so much coke I was shaking like a leaf.
Coke, the fizzy drink?
Cocaine? What, dude? Have you ever tried it?
Not in my day. Alcohol was my greatest friend and my worst enemy, destroying everything I held dear. How dreadful those keys without her on my breath.
I don't know, something in me wants so much to write, but what's the use? I can't. But it just seems more unbearable not to do it, you know? Like, this voice just keeps insisting.
Now then, lad, you've got to keep your chin up. Our vices are but our insistence that indeed madness is truth over the voice of the divine.
Did you get that from Stanley? He kind of just said something
Stanley? What's it? The only thing Stanley knows how to write is his fiction notices. What a torturous place for me. I can never escape it. This month, November, it's darker days. An anniversary, you know. Let's celebrate.
Well, at least you had success.
Define success?
I don't know, published, play staged, a screenplay filmed, an audience sharing your work?
My life a bloody mess. The only audience in the end, a drink in my unsteady hand. Come on, call down for a bottle, things will cheer up.
Stanley, please. Hey, Stanley, Dylan would like a bottle sent up? No, not Bob. Okay, hold on. So he said he can't do that. Something about an outstanding bill that you have, or
What? Give me the plastic phone.
Okay.
Hey, Stanley, listen, send some spirits up, would you? What? Don't call me a spirit. What? We've been over this bill numerous times. What? Well, how do you expect me to pay? What is this nonsense, the mirror?
It's a monologue.
Get cracking at it, chap. Yes, we're working at it right now, so send it up, would you? What? Results? Oh, do for me. Pistol right now. You'll get them. Come on, start writing. It's the best way to start flowing, man, is stream of consciousness. Write whatever's in your mind. My God, my death once over.
Dude, you're making me nervous!
Edgy! Edgy's good! All writers need a sense of social anxiety. It's that connection to their inner selves they crave.
Could you excuse me for a second? I just have to use the bathroom.
Well, give it a good shake, lad. The mirror. It's amazing looking in the mirror sometimes. I get this strange sensation I'm meeting this new person for the very first time, like we never met before.
party tonight on the 4th floor. Don't forget to bring the bottle.
Have you seen my daughter?
How do you people keep getting in here?
I don't get in. I just arrive. My little angel.
I haven't seen her?
Really? Because every day she walks downstairs into the lobby on her way to school, and every day Stanley drags her into his office. They start arguing over back rent that I owe. Why does he talk to me? I'm good for it. Listen, if that's Stanley, don't tell him I'm here.
Hello? Oh, hey, Stanley. No, he's not here anymore. But he did mention a party tonight on the 4th floor. Oh, hang on a second.
He doesn't know about the party.
Okay. Never mind, Stanley. I made a mistake. What do you mean you have no idea what I'm talking about? No, I just made a mistake. Okay.
Well, did he ask for me?
No. And what's up with this guy? Why is he so defensive? And what's going on at this party tonight on the 4th floor? Will you be there?
I don't go to parties. I go to happenings. And besides, I haven't been to any of those since my days at the factory.
The factory?
Andy Warhol's factory? I was one of... I am one of his superstars.
Hey, must have been some wild times. So you party?
I don't party. I indulge. I explore. I transcend.
I just wanted to know if you wanted to do a couple of lines.
An artist just is.
So is that a yes?
When in Rome, darling.
So I'm guessing that's a yes.
Have you seen me in any of my films? I've been with other women. Have you been with a man? Unrequited desire, a sad death once over to self-love and exploration.
So you're an actress? Look like a model.
Are you expecting somebody? There's nobody there. Why don't you just open it? Ooh, what's on the other side of that door? That fear of the unknown? Terrifying or seductive? You'll only know if you open it.
No, I can't do that right now.
Maybe one of Andy's Chelsea girls is on the other side. Leering, provocative, chaotic. You choose.
Wait a second. Wait, I saw that film. How did I end up here? All of his shit's real wacky.
Avant-garde.
Well, I mean, that was his failure, right? I mean, his scene was total pretentious bullshit. Outsiders making believe they're in and everyone else a poser.
Gosh, I don't know whether to be enlightened or insulted.
Well, I'm just saying, like those club kids nowadays and their manic laughter as if I'm not in on their joke. Or it's a black thing I wouldn't understand. But I want to understand. One night, I head down to the Limelight. The greeter at the door stops me, flags me, she eyes me up and down and goes, nah, I'm sorry, you can't do it with them stonewashed. I mean, they're freaking jeans, lady! Everybody had a pair of them, or at least they did. I'm always behind on the times. By the time I get something, it's already out of style. And the shit that went on in that place, I mean, a real freak show. I'm being told by a girl who looks like Morticia Adams with purple hair and a nose ring that I don't belong because I look ordinary? And that Puerto Rican doorman telling me to step out of the velvet ropes? Oh, step out, please. Do you know who the fuck I am? Do you know who the fuck you're talking to? Oh, who are you? Who am I? I'm the person that's gonna break your fucking neck. I would have snapped his neck in a fucking heartbeat if he didn't have all that backup. They would have stomped my bridge and tunnel ass all the way back up to Jersey if I didn't have the street smart. But shit like that just burns me up.
Everybody needs to belong. But where? Andy was many things, but he was inclusive to other artists exploring themselves. That was his vibe.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. The audience wasn't included. We weren't allowed in. Although he tried to create the illusion we were, the leper's lore, everyone who bites runs to the leper colony only to be shut out.
Yeah, Yeah, but you can't deny that. He gave the audience access to our world through his art and film.
And you have to admit that he controlled it to a T. I mean, art is inclusion for all. And that's not art. That's not freedom of expression. That's
Narcissism. That's him, but you'll never get his beauty. Did he create a wall? Yes. But he is beyond your imagination and mine.
Sounds more like capitalism than realism. I mean, he made millions by leaving all of you superstars to fend for yourselves in squalor.
Why so harsh, fella?
Because I don't fit in! Anywhere! You know, I'm just an ordinary outcast who never measures up to what people think of me.
I get that. I really do. But you're in good company here. It's like the land of misfit toys.
Too much of druggy for the jocks and too much of jock for the burnouts. You know, one time I'm heading over into Harlem, hitting them bricks for this white powder, you know, crazy bunch in that apartment, and I'm the only white guy there, so of course they be checking me if I'm 5'0" or not, and one sister starts eyeballing me in my college football jacket being like, "Oh, what you doing here, white boy? You should be out playing football or something, player. What you doing?" Like, why is she judging me? I just came to get down.
You don't look like a college guy.
You see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I fucked up. I fucked up. I never graduated. I did thrive in the theatrical department up there. You know, I was a communications major, but didn't know how to communicate in my own life. Go figure. But that's where I saw the Chelsea girls in a film class. Not my cup of tea, but I do love film noir. They're fatalistic plots, cynical characters, femme fatales. I just can't get enough of that style. It's a cinematic masterpiece.
Did you catch me in Tub Girls? Oh, no wait, erotic trash. How about, oh, I know, the Blue movie. Did you see me in that? We totally improvised, like, porno chic. Did you know that I was on the phone with Andy when he got shot by Valerie Solanas at the factory?
Wait, really?
Yeah. Just a lot of paranoid people back then. It was like the revolution that blindly went nowhere. It fizzled out like a star in the at the end. Even Warhol, if that gives you comfort. He was a mannequin, a prop at Studio 54 during the disco era. Then the disillusioned 70s gave way to the self-indulgent 80s. Oh, sad to see as he wore it on his face, and I saw very little of him at the end. Do you know that Valerie claims he stole her play, Up Your Ass?
Huh?
Up Your Ass.
Wait, that's the title?
Andy said, Viva! He named me that. Valerie just shot me! And all I heard was him moaning and her ranting in the background. She lives here, you know.
At the Chelsea?
Yeah, a lesbian radical feminist who prostitutes herself against the very men she hates. Just read her scum manifesto. She'll cut your balls right off. She could smell a steel blade a mile away. It's uncanny. Take your manhood right from you is her mantra. Hey, can we do some more? And make them even this time? And then, why don't we take a nice hot bath?
Listen, I don't know if I can get hard after hearing all about that chick.
Don't worry, love. I'm Viva, star of the Tub Girls.
Not me flavor.
Vagina White's your flavor.
And you, Black Pearl.
If we had a child together, would it be biracial?
Wouldn't it be beautiful if we started a family together?
Get a home and settle down. We could be married.
And have lots of little buggers running about.
I know he's hiding our boy around here somewhere. Sid, find me some of that brown sugar, will ya?
I'm cheering for the white horse.
You would, you selfish prick.
I love when you talk dirty to me, baby. Oh, look
looky.
Would you kill for me, baby?
Not only that, love, I'd do us both if you asked.
Such a romantic. Romeo and Juliet.
Or Bonnie and Clyde going out guns blazing.
I'm going to the party on the 4th floor. People have dropped her there. A little H will warm me up.
Nancy was born into pain. We all are. We come out crying. She's never known love. Have you? People always share the same reflection. Can you see what I'm saying? I don't understand it. It's all a haze. I do love her. What does that really mean? I want to take her pain away. That would make her happy in me. I'll just keep this in my pocket till then. God save the Queen of fascist regime!
Didn't know you were getting funky.
Do you mind?
Who you got under there? People owe me money, you know.
Can I get some privacy?
I've seen orgies, menage a trois, transvestites with cross-dressers. You name it. This, I've never seen.
What do you want, Stanley?
I want some normalcy here, but I never seem to get it. Just make this joint dull anyways. How's the writing going?
It's going.
That's all you wrote?
Well, I've been busy.
Oh, so I've seen. Stop playing with yourself.
Look, listen, Stanley, can you just get out of here?
I'm here to help. You want to write that masterpiece, you're going to have to work at it. You're not going to learn anything from that drunken Welshman anyways. He left here without paying his bill, you know.
Well, I don't think that was his plan. I mean, him being rushed to St. Vincent's Hospital comatose and all. Oh, by the way, do we have the number for that joint? I heard many an addict been exchanging a bed for here or there.
Come on. So a few people went overboard. You can't fault the hotel. We run a tight ship here. And don't put it past Mr. Dylan Thomas, poet laureate. Artists are masters of deception. They wear a lot of masks. What the tragic ones never realize is that their genius, their brilliance lies in not putting on those masks, but in taking them off. That revelation, that truth, a shining light. It's never the darkness that they fear, but actually the light. Sadly for some, it just darkens into insanity. It's heartbreaking when you see greatness in someone, but they can't see it in themselves.
Do I know you?
Do you know me?
No, I'm working here. It's an exercise that helps get the juices flowing.
Who am I?
You're the bard of this paradise.
How did you know my last name?
I didn't.
Bard, Stanley Bard. You know, I never realized it before, but it fits, doesn't it? I am the bard of this paradise. It has always been my calling, as my father before me. He bought the hotel in 1939 with a couple of his friends. Now, Philip Hubert, a prominent architect, built this place in 1883. Or was it 85? Anyway, he was devoted to the theories of the French philosopher Charles Fourier, an early socialist thinker. Hubert wanted to build a utopian commune, cooperative apartments, a place where the blue-collar and artists could meld, share fuel and services, where people could flourish in collaboration. He built a number of these co-ops throughout the city, but none as storied or as dynamic as the Chelsea. Oh, if these walls could talk.
You know, no matter how you spin it, Still sounds like communism.
More like watered-down socialism. Where else in the world can you get a slice of pizza, or a bagel, and a transsexual hooker, or a strawberry, all within walking distance? Take your pick.
Well, see, now that sounds like kinky liberalism.
We're proud of the place we built here, despite the rumors.
It's nice to know what you want out of your life, you know? What your purpose is.
And you'll find yours. Now let's get back at it. I recognize this exercise. Uta Hagen, gem of American theater, in her 6 steps to finding a character. What are they?
Who am I?
Good.
What are my relationships? What are my circumstances? And what
What do I want?
Yes, what do I want? What are my obstacles? What do I do to get what I want?
That's what they teach you over there at HB on Bank Street. There's nothing more present in this whole world than when the life of a character lights up a stage.
Hey, you know, that's pretty profound coming from a manager of a hotel that has seen its better days.
Better days. I've seen them all. I watched the brilliant fashion designer Elizabeth Hawes die here of cirrhosis of the liver. Nihilistic superstar Edie Sedgwick lit a room on fire over a falling out she had with Warhol because of her infatuation she had with Dylan.
Thomas?
No, Bob. He rented a room near Sarah Lowndes, the woman he secretly married. Quite an ordinary fellow, actually. Used to walk right through the lobby, unnoticed. He wrote some songs for Blonde on Blonde here.
Yeah, I knew that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, did I tell you not to mention Bob around the Welshman? It infuriates him. And then there's Charles R. Jackson, author of The Lost Weekend. The book became an Academy Award-winning movie and Best Picture about an alcoholic writer. Committed suicide by barbiturate poisoning. And was a sober member of AA for a time. Tried to come to terms with his bisexuality. Pure genius and tormented souls living side by side. And then the no-names. Drug addicts, homosexuals, you name it. Who am I to judge? But what talent they all were. I'm not sure the founder had this type of bohemian existence in mind. Every day above ground is a better day alive, my friend.
I came to live at the Chelsea after Marilyn and I split up. Wrote after the fall here as well. The critics panned it, said it was too much like my real-life marriage to her. But that's what artists do. We tell stories about our lives and invite the audience in. Don't ever tell me that my characters aren't real or that they don't exist. The denizens, as they like to call themselves, who lived here, Allen Ginsberg, he would hawk Fuck You magazine down in the lobby. And Larry Rivers hung his canvases there, no doubt for payment of rent. The smell of marijuana permeated the hallways. My daughter, she had her very first bath in the kitchen sink of our flat. And you could never get Stanley to answer a question without asking a question, much like his father. Anarchy, it ruled the roost. In their eyes, Chelsea was the house of infinite toleration.
Dylan was here, and he started.
You called? Arthur?
Dylan?
Any luck fetching that bottle from Stanley?
Oh, no, not yet.
Pursued by the guilt of his own success, when his own father failed to receive any recognition as a poet. Dylan, still young, roundish, and cherry-cheeked, before the worshipful audience in the auditorium on Irving Place, one hand gripping the podium to steady himself, his lilting voice a musical instrument. One heard something very ancient and mysterious grave, his voice echoing out of stone crypts and things buried. And he appeared to be a man chosen to carry a lost spirit into this world, rather than a mere writer scrounging for a word or a theme.
Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight and learned too late they grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men near death who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
Hearing him, I knew what a bard was, and he was dying of no disease as he sang for coins, and the pleasures of strangers was terrible and strange. The Chelsea walls could tell a lot about the self-loathing of talented people.
Will I confide in you?
Well, I can't guarantee that what you say won't show up in one of my characters one day in one of my pages.
I'm killing myself. I know it, I can't stop it, or I don't know how to do it, but I know that I came here to do it. I'm the writer who only talks about writing but doesn't do it. I'm the real poser. You know, who cares if I die anyway?
Do you need help, son?
What, to do it? No, I'm choosing a slow, agonizing, torturous death. I must pay for all my sins.
I meant professional help.
What? No, I'm not that bad.
A minute ago, you had nothing to live for, and now all of a sudden it's...
Well, you know, I just need something to happen for me, you know? Hey, can you get me an agent?
And give him what to read.
Now you're starting to sound like Stanley.
What can I say, son? He wears on you.
I like that. I like when you call me son. I relate to it. You know, like my own father. He was always standing there, but he was never really there. And even when he wasn't there, he was always there. Do you know what I mean? Just detached behind all that hate and anger. For him, that makes me sad. You know? It's not how I imagined it should be. I never get to feel the sadness, the anger, or anything, because I just cover it up with junk. All My Sons is my favorite play of yours. Hey, get it? All my sins, all my sons, the pursuit of the American dream at all costs, Joe Keller.
Joe Keller was a distant character in my psyche. I'd rather not talk about him or that play.
I just wanted you to know how much it meant to me.
Well, I appreciate your admiration, but your false humility does not allow me to accept it. Did I ever tell you that I warned Stanley and his father about this young woman with eyes so crazy that some remembered them as one being on top of the other? She would parade madly through the lobby now and then, distributing a ream of mimeographed curses on men whom she accused of destroying her life and everything good. They poo-pooed the idea of her doing anything rash. As I slowly came to realize, they weren't interested in any bad news of any kind. Of course, 2 days later, she shot Warhol as he was entering through 23rd Street, aiming for his balls.
Wait, Valerie Solanas?
Yeah, you know her?
Yeah, she's become quite the infamous character around here. But wait, I thought she shot him at the factory.
Makes for a more compelling story, right, Art?
Yeah, something along those lines. It's the Chelsea effect.
Hey, I need more. Everything.
We're in the middle of something here.
Excuse us, Arthur. Give us a second, please.
All My Sons. The Lost Act.
Bonsoir, messieurs, dames. Pour la première fois en France, j'ai l'honneur de vous annoncer Sid Vicious. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. Ah, my friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I lived a life that's full, I traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way.
Regrets, well, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, I saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I can chew, and through it all, when there was doubt, I shut it up, I kicked it out, I faced the wall, and I stood tall, and did it my way! Yeah. Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Wankers! I took Nancy's pain away. I showed her all my love. She's happy now, and so am I. But now what? I miss what was. Get back to recording with my mates. Or maybe there's some more drops on the 4th floor. You never know what they have in their pockets. Off we go.
Whoa! Who are you? Where's Viva? What did you do with her?
You've still got time on the clock, baby. Let's go again. I liked it like that. Deep in my ass, baby. If I had a cock, I'd fuck you as hard as you want. If I had a cock, I'd fuck as many guys as I could.
No, I don't want that. We were just playing. And plus, I like pussy.
You like pussy about as much as I like sucking dick. You tolerate it to feed your masculine ego. That fake facade of conquest you wear so bravely on your chest. If people could know the real you, you'd think you'd die, cocksucker. It's all bullshit. That's why I hate men. Not you though, baby. You treated me nice. Once the male's dick gets hard, honesty goes out the window and they treat us like shit. I tolerate penis for food, shelter, my basic needs. Other than that, it's useless.
Well, not to me.
What I really love is Snatch. The cookie is so warm and inviting. It gives me hope. What are you writing?
Nothing, just something I've been working on, but there's been a lot of distractions.
You don't look like a writer.
Oh, well, how's a writer supposed to look?
You look like one of those misogynist, chauvinist jock pigs I went to high school with in Jersey.
That's a great line. Can I use that?
Fuck! I knew you were stealing my work.
What are you talking about?
It's written all over your face.
What, that I'm from Jersey?
Self-entitled elitist scum.
Relax.
I bet your parents bought you your car and you still live at home.
The car was a gift, and I have my own entrance.
I didn't let Andy get away with it, and I'm not going to let you get away with it either.
Oh, don't shoot me like you shot Warhol.
Oh, and he was a lying cocksucker too.
Look, listen, I don't have your work up your...
No, my scum manifesto. Life in this society being at best an utter bore, and no aspect of this society being at all relevant to women. It remains to civic-minded, responsible, thrill-seeking females to overthrow the government, eliminate the money system, institute complete automation, and destroy the male sex.
It ain't gonna happen, sister.
You'll see. By the year 2020, society will be carrying around devices that can communicate with almost anybody in the world and do just about anything on command. The cash system will be almost completely extinct, and women will have found a totally new way to procreate.
You're out of your mind. Not in a million years would that ever happen.
Mind if I look around?
Yes, I do. Mind?
I went to college, you know. Ended up at Berkeley. Fresh steel.
No, nothing's in there.
I will cut your balls off.
What? With this?
You men are destroying my life.
Wait, what did you do? Why is there blood on this?
I stabbed you in the ass.
Yeah? You want it hard? I'll give it to you hard.
Been here before.
Say to Hardy to piss him off so much, huh?
Arthur, what's he talking about? What are you talking about?
What did you do to her? She's not her ordinary self.
What, so now all of a sudden she's ordinary? What, nothing? I did nothing except what she asked of me. Do you ever think about knocking?
Now, why would I knock when I have the key?
It's called privacy, Stanley.
We have something to hide from each other? I'm an open book. How's it going?
I just can't get anything done. There's just too much chaos.
There's always something going on at Chelsea. But it's organized chaos.
So I see. You know, I'm just gonna put all of this off for another day.
There's no tomorrow in today.
You know, Stanley, your optimism is grating.
So I've been told. What's the matter? Are you witchy? The exterminator promised me there'll be no more bed bugs left on that bed. It's a citywide problem, you know. It's an epidemic.
Oh, no.
What are you looking for?
I'll let you know when I find it.
You know, I like you. Regular people make me feel uneasy.
What are you saying, huh, Stanley? That I'm not regular or something?
All I'm saying is you're my kind of people. You fit right in here. What do you say?
Goodbye, Stanley.
I'm leaving? I'm leaving. Just consider it. Free rent until you get on your feet.
How is it that the self-afflicted are always the last to know of their impending demise? They who seek redemption in their own sacrifice. My grace is your salvation, but you cannot see me. I am your light. You cannot see me. Your beauty is mine to give. Everything you aspire to be, I am and awaits you. If only you can conceive it. Do not look for me in the distance. Wherever you are, I am with you. All you have to do is but ask, and I will answer in a whisper. Your love is my joy. We share a creative wisdom for eternity. Where is the foundation of your despair? What came of you in your dreams? Close your eyes in humility, and I shall be there to restore you in a vision. If only the unlovable knew the truth about love. It knows not of anxiety. Why are you so anxious, little boy, to perish in sweet darkness? What is its attraction to you who practice death in your living? How can I awaken you to your magnificence? Break out of this shell of conformity. The self-indulgent are sheep led to the slaughter, deprivation their only care. Exchange your transgression for forgiveness, for only you are mistaken. Stop hiding behind your destruction. No one can see you so clearly as I. It shines brightly forever and ever. Recognize it, and you give voice to those once silenced of their brilliance. What is this life but of our reflections? Far-reaching are the mirrors and the glass waters of tranquility. There, administering angels, sing of your freedom. Call it forth, for its glory will come in but an instant. God says all of us, his children, are worthy. If only you could know it. Oh, how I love you so.
So this is it? This is how it ends. You know, you come into this world alone. That's exactly how you leave it.
You are mistaken. You are not alone.
This is madness.
Seriously, bitch.
Why don't you all just leave him alone?
We're here to put him out of his misery.
You think Dolly Dagger fell out that 8th-story window?
Luke better bring a bottle.
No, maybe some white birdie powder.
Brown dragons.
Oh, here he comes. Surprise!
A party in your honor.
Of course, friend, even if you did come empty-handed.
We love you and want you to stay with us forever and ever.
No one's ever done something like this for me before.
Hey, mate, step up there and take a bow.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, that's some drop. Hey, I can see all the way down to the lobby from here. Hey, oh my gosh. Patti Smith and Sam Shepard just walked in. See, now that's a writer.
Playwright or novels?
Playwright. Did a couple of scenes in acting class, and Patti is one hell of a singer.
I bet she is a beautiful muff. Do you name any of her songs?
I think she does mostly covers.
She's punk. I mean, come on, mate. Horses, the album, people have the power.
You always wanted to shag her, didn't you?
Oh, come on, love, you're me only boss.
Don't touch me.
Hell is listening to you two argue endlessly.
Oh, fuck off, you bloody Welsh twat!
Oh, baby.
I'll beat you to a pulp, you quim!
Over my dead body.
Oh, baby.
Donkey tot.
Why is it always men talking vagina talk? There you go. Up your arse.
Guys, can we just chill out, please? I mean, this is my party, isn't it?
Hey,
Give him a good shove, will you?
Yes!
No!
Viva, come on up here, join the party.
You send him off. I can't. I'm already in a lot of trouble with Stanley.
What's the matter? You don't like me anymore?
Stanley, let's all do it together for Stanley.
He's always looking for permanent guests.
Just go. Nobody wants you here anymore.
What are you talking about? They all want me
Can I
here.
put his balls off first?
What did I do? Why is all the world hostile towards me?
Hey, Mace, take a look down there. Can you see Stanley?
No, I can't make him out, but hey, it looks like there's another big party going on down there too. And, oh my God, Bob Dylan? And Iggy Pop? And Jack Kerouac? Leonard Cohen? Janis Joplin? Dude, I love her song. That's a Down on Me. Wait, where did everybody go? Oh, they're down there? Hey, guys, come back up. No, they don't hear me. Nobody ever hears me.
Terrence wants to be a writer. Have you heard his pathetic dribble? Join our club. Derek is a loser.
He can't even off himself right. He is a bit of a poser. I just know I want to be a writer.
Oh, scum!
It's amazing looking into the mirror
Sometimes. I get this strange feeling I'm looking at this person for the very first time. Like we've never met before. Funny, the questions I ask myself. Who are you? Do I know you? How long are you staying? I just find myself standing there, staring at him, trying to figure out if that's really me. One time, me and my boys used to go into Harlem after high school to buy weed. Picture us in our Catholic school best running into Bully Records on 145th Street with R&B greats like Curtis Mayfield and Marvin Gaye plastered on the storefront windows. Except when you go inside, the store's completely empty. There's no records, there's nothing except for this tiny black caged-covered plexiglass window with a purple light on top. You go inside, you slide a $10 bill into the slot, and out pops out a glistening bag of Acapulco gold. We'd smoke it and laugh on the ride back to Jersey, smoke all the weed and go back the next day. Sometimes we'd stop off on the Palisades. And man, some of the drop-offs on those cliffs, if you went off, I mean, sure, it was dangerous, but we lived for that experience. We lived on the edge. Another time, we're at my bro's house and we're listening to The Who, Led Zepp, The Stones, all you'd call classic rock nowadays, and just smoke away. None of them ever call me anymore. Anyway, I'm sitting there and I catch sight of this magazine that has Rodin's Statue the Thinker on the cover. And there I was sitting and thinking, trying to figure out what he was sitting and thinking about. Like I was somehow transported into a different dimension. Like I was transported into a deeper state of consciousness. I mean, fuck, that shit was so great. But profound nevertheless. Like when you look at a mirror, is that really me? Is this what I look like? Is that who I am? You know, I've seen 1,000 different people standing in front of me, looking at me in the mirror. Some I wish to never meet again, some I aspire to somehow be, and some I downright hate. And another I miss. A dear friend passed. Can't seem to find him anymore. All but a reflection. of how I see me. All but a reflection of how I created me.
I was angry with you.
I know. I don't know why.
In his essay, The Decay of Line, Oscar Wilde's Vivian states, life imitates art, far more than art imitates life. Life holds the mirror up to art and either reproduces some strange type imagined by a painter or a sculptor, or realizes, in fact, what has been dreamed as fiction. Like your preoccupation with all my sons agitated me. And at first I didn't know why myself. There was something dark, repulsive within me that I wanted to keep buried in the muck, in the mire. Something I couldn't admit, and a quote of mine kept popping up into my head. Betrayal is the only truth that sticks. Like Joe Keller betrayed his family and his country, I too had a son that I betrayed. Life imitates art. The compassion my family had for Daniel and me is immeasurable. I'm forever grateful to them. But ultimately, self-betrayal, it's the darkest of shadows. It's too easy to hide in this world, whether it be by prestige or obscurity. We're always hopeful that there's another truth that shows its hand of fate sooner or later. It's so amazing when it comes to light on a live stage. Our stories, the stage, it's love's intervention. It's another dimension, as you say, that prevails eternally no matter the sentence we punish ourselves with in life. I only had to look into the mirror to see it. Your writing, its simplicity, it's strikingly complex.
Wow. I mean, I believe I said the same thing about you.
Well, it spoke to a universal language. How can we as writers achieve any better?
Wait, really? I'm a writer?
Yes, of course. You were before you wrote. It's like that for us. I ever tell you I was born in Harlem? We lived up on 110th Street. It's a little different now than I remember it, but your take on Bully's record store, it's a great metaphor for the cast of characters here at the Chelsea. I mean, everyone has their own storefront on display on the outside, but what's going on internally, it usually never matches up.
I never thought of it like that.
It's not your job to interpret. It's the audience's. Our job is to create, to communicate.
Right.
You woke me up to a reality that I had forgotten, and that's what great artists do. I call it the recognition of restoration, a reawakening of our ancient selves in the divine. I mean, it's like some sort of prayer. We remember who we really are in our stories, but we can't ever seem to get there, or stay there for that matter. I mean, both the audience and the artist are whole in the moment in contemplation. Even in tragedy, which is my specialty, of course.
Oh, but of course.
There's a certain acceptance over punishment in your last line. All but a reflection.
Of how I created me.
Forgiveness for self-loathing? I can relate to that.
Well, a wise man once told me that it's not up to me to interpret.
I'm glad you didn't say old, son. And I can say that now, because forever aspiring writers like you shall be all my sons.
You really know how to deliver a moment like that, don't you? But hey, what do I know?
More than you think. Keep writing. Keep writing.
I cannot believe this for the life of me. How can they take the wrong set of keys? I've been doing this forever.
thank God. I'm alive.
You know where to find me? Just call upon me and I will be there always.
No, just come right on in, Stanley.
Why wouldn't I come in? I have the key.
No, it doesn't matter. It's a new day. It's good to be alive.
Certainly is. It's checkout time. I'm not going to even harass you into staying another night, unless you want me to.
No. It's time to go.
How'd you sleep?
Sleep? Shit, it's a miracle I woke up.
Are you alone here?
Are any of us ever really alone, Stanley? Whether it be in heaven or in hell, it is the illusion that we are.
Very profound, my friend. Jeez, you even sound like a writer. Couldn't be prouder.
Well, Arthur Miller encouraged me to keep writing, so I think that's a good start, right?
Arthur Miller encouraged you to keep writing.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
In this room.
Yeah, you sent him up.
I sent him up. Guy comes by, doesn't even say hello. After all I've done for him.
Oh, and Stanley, don't send Dylan up to anybody anymore. He's off his kilter with the booze.
Bob Dylan? I didn't think he was much of a drinker.
No, Dylan Thomas, he's a jealous prick and he's shaky as hell.
Dylan Thomas was in this room.
He said you sent him up to help me write.
I sent him up to help you write?
No, Stanley, what are we doing, a dance here?
Now we're dancing.
No, Stanley! Oh my God, stop. What about Viva?
What about Viva? She still owes me back rent, you know.
And Sid and Nancy? Get them some help, will you? And Valerie? She's a psycho. Real mental case.
They all came to visit you in this room. Somebody needs a straitjacket.
No, that may be. On the brink of madness, huh? At least I didn't go over the edge.
Kid, you on drugs?
Goodbye, Stanley. Well, I'll never forget this place.
Chelsea has that effect on people. These walls could talk.